Hi friends, it's Ashley and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 9 adult romantasy books that are coming out this month in February. So as usual, we're going to talk about these in order of release date from soonest to latest. So book number 1 comes out on February 3rd, which is actually the day that I'm filming this video. And it is Songbird of the Sorrows by Braidee Otto. And this is the first book in a series. So our main female character in this one is Ayala. And she is a spy, a thief, a princess, and a songbird. So as a child, she was kicked out of the Palace of Sorrows and taken in by the Aviary. And the Aviary is a secret intelligence network that is embedded all throughout the kingdom in this book. And they take in orphan children and train them as professional spies. So Ayala is now 23 and she has earned a place as a songbird on the most elite team of assassins that is led by none other than her former lover, Raven. And apparently she still has feelings for him, but their relationship could put her status as a songbird in danger. And before she can figure out her feelings, her and her team is set on a dangerous mission to the Eastern Mountains. And for her mission, she has to assume her formal title of Princess of the Sorrows and compete in a series of bridal trials. Book number 2 also comes out on February 3rd, Into Lies That Summon the Night by Tessonja Odette. And this is the first book in the Songs for the Sinless series. And this one takes place in a world where art gives life to bloodthirsty shadows. So because of this, creative works are forbidden and talented creators are sacrificed to the sinless. And the sinless are immortal royals who feast on human blood in return for their protection. So our main female character is Inanna, and her storytelling almost got her killed once, and she has a bounty on her head. So she keeps the city's dark underbelly, where she earns a meager living from thrill-seeking patrons who are desperate to hear her illicit stories. But then one day, Dominic, who is a half-sinless monster hunter, ends up catching her in the act of telling her stories, and he gives her an ultimatum, and he says that she has to help him or else he'll claim her bounty, and he needs her help because to complete one of his hunts, he needs an artist who can summon the shadows. And so Inanna doesn't really have a choice, so she agrees to help him until there is a good time for her to escape the deal. And so our story goes from there. Book number 3 comes out on February 10th, and it's Wicked Onyx by Debbie Cassidy. So this is the first book in a series, and for this one I'm going to read the description. So born into a sorcerer bloodline, cursed and cut off from my power, I was accustomed to being an outcast. For generations, my bloodline carried the weight of a crime committed by our ancestor. But my mother's death changed everything. She left a clue that could prove our innocence. An ancient text hidden deep beneath Nightbridge Academy. The Academy is a fortress of power, housing the most dangerous enchanters and sorcerers, conscripted to keep horrors and echoes at bay, and as the last surviving Onyx, I'm owed a mission. My plan is simple: find the book and expose the Imperium as the liars they are. But I didn't plan for the whispers that haunt my dreams, or the complication of feelings I shouldn't be capable of, stirred by 2 men bound to the very institution I've come to destroy. One sees too much, yet says too little. The other is steady, protective, and always in my corner. I can't have either. Yet when I'm in their presence, my curse begins to crack. If they discover my true purpose, I'm dead. But some truths are worth dying for. The Imperium cursed my bloodline, stripped us of our magic, branded us as traitors, and now they will pay. Book number 4 comes out on February 13th, and it's Music in the Shadows by Shweta, Kistan. And this one is a dark Pied Piper retelling in the first book in a series, and this one is being released as an ebook. So this one takes place in a world where magical creatures like Fae are thought to be extinct, and our main female character is Morana, and she is an arena princess, and she is forced to become the bodyguard of the Prince of Apollo, which she is not happy about because he is cunning, ruthless, egotistical, but also handsome. But she has no option but to guard him, because if she refuses, then it puts her found family at risk. And she has a very interesting and intriguing power where she can use her violin to control the shadows, and this power also hints that she is not quite human, but that's something she's been trying to ignore, but she might not be able to ignore it for much longer because she's actually the last of her kind, and the Kingdom of Apollo is actually her enemy. Book number 5 comes out on February 17th, and it's Half City by Kate Golden. And this is book 1 in the Harker Academy series. So our main character in this one is Viv, and she's just your average 21-year-old girl. She lives in an expensive city where the rent is too high, works long hours at a thankless job, and she is dating a guy that she doesn't even like in the hopes of winning her prickly mother's approval. But she also happens to be a demon hunter. And ever since her father's murder, she's been forced to hunt these demons known as deviants on her own, and this has kind of made her an outsider to her friends and family. But then one day she ends up crossing paths with a dangerously alluring demon named Reed Graveheart, and Reed is a reformed deviant, and he tells her about a school, Harker Academy, that's a school for deviant defense. And if she goes to the school, she'll learn how to hone her craft, work with other hunters, and never be alone again. And so she does end up enrolling in the school, but the problem is that she has a deadly secret, and when strange occurrences begin to plague the students, she's going to have to figure out who she can trust while acing her classes and avoiding falling in love with a demon, and make it through her first year of the academy in one piece. Book number 6 also comes out on February 17th, and it's The Last Stitch by Chantelle and Kerr. And this one is the first book in a series, and this one follows Oxford graduate student Lily, and she ends up inheriting her grandmother's mysterious hourglass-shaped pendant, and the pendant ends up transporting her back into Victoria, England. And at this time in history, magic is forbidden, and those who practice it are erased from existence. But the thing is, Lily isn't just any time traveler, she is a weaver, which means that she has the power to rewrite the threads of fate themselves. And then our main male love interest is August Hawthorne, and he is a witch hunter. He is sworn to erase weavers from existence. And so the two of them should be enemies, but instead they start to fall in love. And Lily must then make an impossible choice, either embrace her power and save the weavers, knowing she'll never see home again, or let magic die forever and watch the man who owns her heart become just another casualty of history. Book number 7 comes out on February 23rd, and it's The Light Under the Shadow Wing by Amanda Bouchet. And this is book number 1 in a standalone series. And this one is supposed to have dragon shifters and a slow burn romance. So our main female character in this one is Idalia, and she has been serving in the Dragon King's elite dragon shifter army for nearly 200 years. And she doesn't have fire or flight of her own, but she's a phoenix rider. And so all her life she's been kind of dealing with like not really knowing who or what she is. And so she wants to find that out. But also, to make things complicated, she also has a secret growing attraction to the Dragon King, Bale Cinderheart. And so our main male character is Bale, the Dragon King, and his greatest triumph is his elite wing and their warbirds, and his biggest fear is losing them, especially Idalia, because he has a secret forbidden crush on her. And also, he has the answers to the questions that Idalia has been looking for her entire life. But if he tells her these answers, it could cost him everything: his home, his crown, and his heart. Book number 8 comes out on February 24th, and it's The Trident and the Pearl by Sarah K.L. Wilson. And this is book 1 in the Fisher King series. So in this one, our main female character is queen of her kingdom, and she is forced to make a deal with the gods when her kingdom is besieged by a terrible hurricane, which destroys half her nation and kills her husband. And the gods agree to help her, but it comes with a cost. In exchange, she has to give up her titles and marry the first king who sets foot on her pier. And this ends up being a poor wounded fisherman. And our main female character is not happy with these turn of events, but she keeps her promise. And so she sets out with this fisherman in his boat with only the hope of revenge against the gods to keep her from despair. But little does she know that this fisherman is also hiding his own secrets and that he has a link to the gods. And the two of them must learn to trust each other, because only together can they save the kingdom. Book number 9 and the final book on this list also comes out on February 24th, and it's The Legend of the Nine-Tailed Fox by Katrina Kwan. And this one is a standalone. Our main female character in this one is Yue, and she is a nine-tailed fox, and she may be the last of her kind. And she is captured by a powerful demon hunter, and he ends up banishing her to hell. But Yue manages one final act of revenge, and that is that she drags the demon hunter and 2 of his subordinates to hell with her. And in order for the 2 of them to make their way out of hell, they're going to have to rely on each other, and our story goes from there. And this one I'm excited for because the description of it is giving me the God in the Gumiho vibes, and this is a book that I very much enjoyed. Alright, so those are 9 adult romantasy books that are coming out this February. Let me know down below which ones caught your eye. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye!